hope my hair looks alright actually. So I've just finished season 8, just finished watching the Daemons. This video is going to be my review. If you're not used to it by now, link up in the corner of the playlist of my other season reviews. So I'm just going to be going story by story, talking about my thoughts and feelings on each one. So the first story we got was Terror of the Autons. My first thought with this was how there was no build up to the Master being in it. He just sort of turned up, and I wish there was a bit of build up. He is my favourite villain out of the whole series, so it would have been nice to have a little bit of build up like we did for the Daleks and for the Cybermen, but it doesn't really matter too much, I suppose. I love how the Doctor was when he met Joe. I'll try and put a video on the screen now, but he was like, oh God.
Look, I said I don't want any tea today, thank you.
I'm not the tea lady.
And what the blazes are you doing in here? Don't you know this area is strictly out of bounds to everybody except the tea lady and the Brigadier's personal staff?
I'm your new assistant.
Oh, no.
I love how it was a direct sequel to Spearhead from Space, the way this story couldn't have really existed without Spearhead from Space happening. A lot of the time they'd bring a villain back and it'd be like, this could be their introductory story if they wanted it to, or it wouldn't work without Spearhead from Space, and I like that. I like how they were more adventurous with what the Nest team could control. Obviously in Spearhead from Space they only really controlled the shop window dummies, but in this they controlled a chair, they controlled little dolls, probably more things than that actually. And I loved the rivalry between the Doctor and the Master. It is like a Sherlock Holmes and Moriarty relationship, or like James Bond and a villain relationship. I think it works really well. Then we get onto the Mind of Evil. I didn't watch the DVD of this, I watched it on Dailymotion. So I watched it in black and white again, because obviously it was recorded in black and white. So it was a bit weird going from black and white during the 60s, then back to colour, and then back to black and white again. Bit odd, but you know, just whatever. It was an interesting story. I liked it. It did drag quite a lot, which was a bit of a shame, and that did mean a lot of the cliffhangers got repetitive. Most of the cliffhangers were pretty much the same, how the Doctor was about to die, which is a bit of a shame. It could have been condensed into a 4-parter, but it was a 6-parter instead. And then it wrapped up the story really well. Despite how much it dragged, it did finish everything off how I probably would have finished it off myself if I was that much of a good writer. Claws of Axos. It shouldn't have shown the Axon's true form at the start. Within the first few seconds you see what an Axon actually looks like. I don't know why they did it. It had no real impact on the story. It just ruined the cliffhanger at the end of episode 1, I think, or episode 2, whatever episode the Axon's true appearance was at the end of. It's the first time we've seen the TARDIS interior since the War Games, and I like how it hasn't changed at all. And it was very well paced, despite the fact that I can't say I enjoyed the story itself. It was a bit boring, but it was well paced despite all that. I wouldn't put it on the same level as the Web Planet, but it was quite bad. Being in space, it was very nice to see the Doctor on a different planet again. As much as I like John Pertwee's Earth Adventures, it is nice to see a nice classic sci-fi story every now and again. It was interesting to see how unimpressed Jo was with her first trip in the TARDIS. You'd expect her to be all excited, but she wasn't. She was a bit annoyed about it, if anything. It really shows off the Doctor's martial arts skills with his Venusian karate or whatever he uses.
Venusian karate.
It was a nice surprise when we found out the colonists were still alive. You sort of thought, how is the Doctor going to get out of this one? And then the colonists just turn up and you think, hang on, I thought they died. And then obviously that all is explained. I can't talk today. That is all explained by the end, which is good. And it was funny right at the end when the Brigadier, when they saw the Brigadier again and he had no idea that they'd gone. And then we come to the Demons, the Daemons. It was a nice tone, it was very different. The fact that we were taking on religion and science, it was different, and I'll come back to this in a bit. It was a great scene when the Doctor was captured by the superstitious people. They all believed the Master was a magician, but it was quite funny the way he got captured. I did laugh, even though it wasn't meant to be funny. I did laugh anyway. This is the bit I was going to get back to. I'm very surprised they managed to blow a church up and no one batted an eyelid. If someone did that now, you'd have the A-Team onto the BBC. And it's a good way to end the season. The way the camera sort of zooms out of Devil's End is very, very good way to end the season. So that's it. I know this video has been quite short. I hope you enjoyed it anyway. If you did enjoy it, leave it a like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. I've got more videos planned. I'm not going to go into too much detail about what those videos are, but I do have some planned and I am excited to get them done. Season 9 review will be out as soon as it can be. But like I said, if you did enjoy this video, leave it a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Check out my other Doctor Who videos, check out my non-Doctor Who videos as well if you want. And I'll see you in the next video whenever that turns out to be. I've got no idea when it's going to be, hopefully it's going to be soon, but yeah, so see you later.